this video, we're going to do a head-to-head comparison between the brand new SIG P365 XL and the SIG P320 X Compact.
Now, features-wise, they're pretty much identical. You have the removable rear sight with the plate on it. So if you're going to run an optic, they both have SIG optic options. The difference is the SIG P365 X Compact, I believe, will also fit the Delta Point Pro. And flat face triggers, forward cocking serrations. This has a standard light rail, where this is proprietary SIG rail. They'll both fit in Harry's holsters. Everything else is pretty much identical minus capacity and width. Now the length on these two guns, as I'll show you right here, is pretty much identical based off putting them at the muzzle. I'm going to remove these holsters so I have a little more room to show you guys. But in this one I have a 15 round mag. So as you're looking at these two guns, you can see these are pretty much identical. And not sure if you can see that, but it's the width of this caliper that's the difference. So that's around 1/10 of an inch. So you're significantly thinner with the SIG P365 XL than you are with the X Compact, and you have pretty much the same capacity. Now, as you can see, a little over an inch, and this one is going to be a little under 1.25 inches. And that's the end of the grip, so that's the part that's going to matter most for concealment. Now, if you run with a 12 round mag, so with the 12 round mag, there's a significant difference in the height. I'm going to try to grab these and keep these together. Didn't do it quite the best, but you can see we're going to have to eyeball this a little bit. A little over a 1/2 inch, almost 3/4 of an inch, approaching 3/4 of an inch difference between the two guns with the 12 round mag versus the 15 round mag. So concealability wise, the SIG P365 XL is going to win all day long. Body type wise, there are definitely guys that can conceal this just as well as the XL, and that's really going to come down to clothing choice. If you have a holster that keeps the gun tight into the body, whether or not it prints is going to depend completely on the cut of your clothing, the shape of your body, how that clothing lays on the body. Is there room to conceal it in that portion of your shirt? So that's really what that comes down to. Now, shootability-wise, I will say having this bigger, thicker grip, and one dimension that I'm going to say is, at least for me, fairly important, are going to be the front to the rear of the back strap. As you can see, you got roughly 1.8 inches, and there you have 1.9. You measure it down from the bottom, 1.2 and 1.8 again. So while that doesn't seem like a lot, it does make a big difference when drawing the gun. And I find, at least when drawing from concealment, I can get a much better grip on this X Compact, much easier than I can on this XL. Now this XL is fine if you're going to an outdoor range or an indoor range, and you pick it up off the table, grip it like that, build your grip. It's much different than coming out of a holster. We're trying to go in fast and get a good grip that fills the hand fairly well. At least allows the front, the back of your palm, and the front of your hand to get a good grip on that gun. So I just find doing drills from the holster much easier with this gun.
Okay, so right here I'm going to do some slow motion footage of the P365 XL, and I've got 3 rounds of 124 grain Blazer, 3 rounds of 115 grain Independence, and 3 rounds of PPU 124 grain Nada. So we're just going to see what this looks like under slow motion. All that ammo to me felt about the same, so that's saying pretty good things about the P365 XL. Nothing felt Okay, so right here I've got the P320 X Compact, and we're gonna see how this does under recoil. I've got 3 rounds of 124 grain Blazer, 3 rounds of 115 grain Independence, and 3 rounds of PPU NATO spec ammo. I can tell the difference with those last 3 rounds. The first 6 were all identical. Okay, so we're gonna do some limp wrist testing with this P320 Compact just to gauge reliability in stressful situations where you may not have a great grip. So 5 rounds, strong hand only, 5 hands, weak hand only. Everything locked back, seemed to work pretty well. Okay, so now we're gonna take the P365 XL and do some limp wrist testing just to gauge reliability in a stressful situation. Forgot to switch hands on that, but we'll finish up the last. And no issues, everything locked back just fine. Okay, so I've got 2 B8 targets down 25 yards from me, and I'm shooting the P365 XL, 10 rounds at each target. And I'm using the standard 12 round mags, we've got 10 loaded in them. Okay, so now I'm gonna shoot the SIG P320 X Compact at 25 yards. This is a really fun gun to shoot. Okay, I am here at 5 yards, and I'm going to do some single hand only into the head box with this P320 X Compact, just see how the group looks. At 5 yards with the SIG P365 XL, and I'm going to shoot 5 rounds with the head box. Single hand only. Okay, so now we're going to talk about strong hand only with the P365 XL and the P320 X Compact. The X Compact on this one wins for me. The P365 XL you can do pretty well with a little bit of concentration. The X Compact, as you can see, look at that group right there. It was the easiest group I shot all day. That gun just shoots really well. Now at distance, start looking at this, I got 9 out of 10 on each of the 25-yard targets, no time. And I didn't bother scoring them because I missed that shot, but you can look at the dispersion of the group. Something I noticed is I was shooting a SIG sight picture using the center of the dot on the bullseye at 25 yards. That did not work. These sights seem to be regulated to shoot top of the front blade like most other guns, and that seems to be the case on the P365 XL as well. So you got to give an edge to the X Compact on this. Okay, so I'm here on the 10-yard line, and I'm going to shoot the test, which is 10 rounds, 10 yards on a B8 in less than 10 seconds, and I'm shooting with the P365 XL with 124 grain Lawman. Okay, one thing I will say, the small circumference of this grip makes it a little bit difficult. .84 seconds. Okay, so I'm here at 10 yards and I'm gonna shoot the test with the P320 X Compact. Looks like it's a pretty decent little group, a little bit high. 9.56. Okay, so shooting the test for a second time. Okay, so we have a time of 7.72. Let's check the target. Now, if we go down and look at the test, both fairly respectable groups, at least for my skill level. I should be shooting 100s all day long with this, but for a gun that I don't know and where I am in my shooting right now, I'll accept it. 9.56 with a score of 94. As you can see, that's a really good group. And again, I was shooting more towards the dot, probably was aimed about right there, the center of the dot. So move that down a little bit. That could have been in the higher 90s. And they got a 92 with a score of, or with a time of 7.2 right there. Again, move that down a little bit, it'd be perfect. Now, got a 95 and a 91 with a score of 8.9 on each of these, essentially. And again, that's just a little bit easier to shoot. One of my times on the P320 Compact was a little bit higher, but I just find this gun I find that gun a lot easier to shoot than this. A lot less concentration goes. Okay, so for closing thoughts, let's assume that the reliability on these is equal and it's both great. This is basically going to be what I think would be a great winter carry, or if you're going to carry appendix, you're going to have a little more concealment more than likely, so this is a great option for that. This is going to be a great summer carry gun. Shootability wise, the X Compact wins hands down. This is a very shootable gun for its size and as thin as it is. But the average person is going to find it much easier to shoot this X Compact well, and it's a lot softer shooting. It's a lot more pleasurable to shoot. This is a legit 100% fun gun to shoot. I could shoot this all day long and enjoy it thoroughly. This, you're going to get pretty tired after around 100 to 200. If you're not that experienced of a shooter, 50 to 100 rounds is going to be your point where you're going to want to stop firing this. If you're more experienced, it's going to be around 200 to 300 rounds. So that's pretty much my thought, guys. I can't wait to see the Romeo Zero that comes out for this. I'm going to have a lot of fun testing that out, and I will probably end up getting some sort of optic to go on this, or maybe just shoot my X Carry and put this grip on the carry length slide, because I really do like this grip module. But hope this video has been helpful. If you guys have any other questions, please reach out to me on the website, harrysholsters.com. Check out our Instagram page, our Facebook. They're both linked below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.